my name is Ryan. I'm a facilitator at the St. Louis Science Center. Today I'm going to show you some techniques you can use to make your cardboard engineering project. Now the tools we're going to be using are a hot glue gun, some scissors, and a utility knife. Now for the rest of the video you're going to see just my hands, that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. This cutting technique is called the score and bend. It's made with a series of scores, which are cuts that only go partially into the material, and that allows the cardboard to bend evenly. I have an example of that here on my robot arm. Each of these segments was scored, and that's all the lines that you see. That allowed the cardboard to bend. You can see we have nice circular segments. So without scoring your cardboard, when you go to bend it, it's probably going to kink and fold, and if you want a nice smooth curve, that's not going to cut it. So that's why we need to score the cardboard. You'll want to start by determining what your bend needs to look like. A very tight bend is going to have a lot of scoring cuts close together. A more gradual bend will have scoring cuts that are further apart. In this example, I have a score cut every inch on this half and then every quarter of an inch on this half. So this half will have a lot tighter of a bend. This one will have a more gradual bend. To cut our scores, you can use scissors or you can use a utility knife. Both of them work. Scissors can be a little bit safer. Utility knife can give you a little bit cleaner of a cut, but I'll show you that they both work. You need to be careful that you don't cut all the way through your cardboard. You're just going to be cutting through the top layer. So I'll start with scissors. Take your time, be very careful, and just slice through that first layer. You can see I have not cut all the way through my piece of cardboard, and when we go to bend it, we have a nice gradual curve. Now, I'll use a utility knife on the 1/4 inch section just to show you what that looks like. So we have all of our scoring cuts made. You can see on this side, we can make a lot tighter of a curve. On this side, we have a more gradual curve. So feel free to practice this technique on a piece of scrap cardboard until you get the hang of it. This technique is called the flange, and it's made by cutting the bottom of a prism into tabs and then attaching those tabs onto another surface. You see here inside my robot, his legs, which are square prisms, are cut into tabs and then glued onto the inside of my robot. That would be what we call the flange. Now you'd want to use a flange over just gluing your prism directly onto your surface because it's a lot stronger. This arm is not connected with a flange, and if I wanted to, I could rip it off really easily. Whereas with a flange, it'd be a lot harder to rip off. So you'll start by making your prism and then cutting tabs into the end of that prism. I'm going to make a circular prism or a cylinder, and I'll get that done real quick. I will score a majority of it, and then I'll cut all the way through the cardboard over here to make the tabs. I'm going to glue my prism together real quick. While that glue is hardening, I'm going to bend these tabs outward. Just like that. And if you want to keep things simple, you can just glue that flange right onto your surface as is, put glue on the underside of these tabs, stick it on there, and you're good to go. But what I like to do is hide the flange, and to do that, you're going to trace the outside of your prism. cut that out. Then you'll slide your prism back through that hole. Then you'll put glue on these tabs and then stick them in place. And once that glue hardens, you're good to go. So whenever you hide the flange like that, you still have the strength of the flange joint, but it's hidden, and so it looks nice and clean. This is called the peel technique. It's created by scoring the cardboard and then scraping away layers of the cardboard. And you can use this technique to expose the corrugated texture inside the cardboard, like you can see here on my robot mouth. You can also use it to connect pieces of cardboard together and hide the corner joints. You can see an example of that here. So I'll show you how to just expose that corrugated texture. I'm going to use a utility knife. I'm going to score, and again that means just cut partially through our cardboard around this shape. And I'm going to use the tip of my knife to just barely lift up that first layer without grabbing the layer underneath it, and gently pull it away. Once you get it started, you can get in there with the fingers and pull it off. So it's that simple. Now I'm also going to show you how to hide corners with the peeling technique. So I'm going to make a triangular prism here. I'm going to start by cutting out where the corners will go, and I'm just scoring the cardboard here. I'm actually going to peel off the inside part of the corner. That's just going to get rid of material so the corner isn't all bunched up. So the prism is going to end up looking like this, but I'm going to peel off this section of cardboard so I have a flap to glue on where my joint will be. So I'm actually going to peel off both the top layer and the corrugated layer, which is just going to leave the paper layer underneath. And we're good to go. We're going to fold up our prism. I'll put some glue on the tab that I made by peeling. Now we're ready to put everything together. We're just going to fold at the joints, put glue on my peeled tab, and we're good to go. So I was able to glue that tab over top of this corner, and that hides the corrugated corner, makes it look cleaner, and we have a very strong prism now. And don't forget to come visit us at the St. Louis Science Center and share your cardboard engineering projects with us on social media with the tag down below.